Good morning. So my name is Karen Ayash, and I'm going to present GeneSpire, which is a lentiviral gene therapy company. So I think I can potentially consider myself as a veteran in the gene therapy space, as I've been in the space since 2015. I'm initially coming from the space of the AAV-based gene therapy technology, and as I've observed over the recent years, gene therapy has started revolutionizing medicine, offering patients treatments with unprecedented efficacy. I'm basically an AAV person, as I said, and I still am a strong believer in AAV applications in certain indications, such as CNS diseases. And with a different hat than GeneSpire, I currently have a phase 3 program in Sanfilippo syndrome type A ongoing in the EU and the US with very promising outcomes. Nonetheless, the current gene therapies have significant limitations and do not respond to all patient needs. If we take the example of AAV-based gene therapies again, they are non-integrative, as most of you know, and not necessarily adapted to pediatric patients, especially when it goes to systemic delivery. The LV-based current therapies, which are administered ex vivo and are integrative, cannot be used efficiently in vivo. This is why at GeneSpire we have developed a new generation immune-shielded lentiviral vectors aiming at treatments in adults and pediatric populations, allowing for lifelong expression, again, broad addressable population, and as any gene therapy technology aims at replacing the defective genes in the body of the patients, in our case in the liver, and have the liver becoming center of production of a missing protein. Our research stems from, I think, the most knowledgeable lentiviral laboratory in the world, which is SR-TGET, and this is based in Milan. And that center has been founded and is led by Professor Luigi Naldini and Dr. Alessio Cantore. GeneSpire has a strategic alliance with this research institute, and we have a broad range of IP rights on this immune-shielded lentiviral technology for liver-targeted indications in metabolic diseases. So the key features of this new generation of lentiviral vectors are that they have an improved immunogenicity profile and higher efficiency of hepatocyte gene transfer. This approach is meant to express in a stable and long-term way transgene in the body of patients, limit immune reactions, is based on an established lentiviral platform, is effective at low doses, and can leverage on no pre-existing viral immunity. So this approach is suited for adults, but also for pediatric patients, given its long life expression, has a proven safety profile, allows for reduced manufacturing cost, and again, allows for a broader patient population application. So we decided to use methylmalonic acidemia disease as our model indication with the product that we are developing, which is GEN202. So a few quick words on the MMA. Methylmalonic acidemia is a pediatric disease with no approved therapy. This disease is linked to the inability of the body to metabolize certain amino acids and fats. This disease can be diagnosed via newborn screening in many countries already, such as Italy, for instance. The initial disease manifestations can be stabilized or mitigated via dietary management, but unfortunately this is insufficient to treat this disease, and the patients, amongst other symptoms, often experience recurrent metabolic decompensation events and long-term complications. This disease follows an autosomal recessive transmission pattern. The incidence is low, so this is a very rare disease. And apart from a partial management of the symptoms so far, there is no approved therapy for these patients. They can undergo, in certain conditions, liver and kidney transplants, but this requires, of course, compatible donors and is related to high-risk procedures. So again, the clinical phenotype of the methylmalonic acidemia is pretty complex. It's associated to high morbidity and mortality, and without going through the details of each impairment or symptoms that it brings to, this is a disease with high unmet medical needs. So at GeneSpire, in collaboration with Luigi Naldini's laboratory, we've developed extensive proof of concept data with GEN202 in a disease mouse model, and we obtained extraordinary and robust data showing stable long-term correction in juvenile animals beyond 1 year, a rapid therapeutic effect of the drug only 2 weeks after treatment, a systemic detoxification of the body with reduction of methylmalonic acidemia marker levels in the liver, the kidney, but also in the brain. And we have shown that the phenotype of the disease was reverted and that treated mice exhibit significantly lower MMA levels than at a time of treatment. This data will be shown, by the way, at the coming annual meeting of the ASGCT in the US, and we are very happy to be able to show our data there. So currently, we are advancing our product towards clinical application. We have extensive data demonstrating proof of principle for ISLV in MMA mice, but we can also leverage, as has been supported by our early dialogue with the regulatory authorities. Our program is also supported by extensive data we have in big animals using the hemophilia B model of TGET. Our IND-enabling studies are under preparation. Our manufacturing process, amenable to large-scale manufacturing, is in place, and we've started manufacturing our GLP tox batches. As I mentioned, we have regular interactions with the regulatory authorities in the EU and in the US, and a strong intellectual property portfolio, giving us the chance, once we have delivered a proof of concept in MMA, to expand our development programs to a series of additional metabolic diseases. So at the moment, our plan is to enter into the clinic next year, probably in the second half of the year, in Europe and in the United States. So we believe that the key drivers of our success can be resumed or summarized as in this slide, a different positioning from what has been seen up to now in the gene therapy space, with a first in human in vivo systemic use of a lentiviral vector, of a third generation of lentiviral vectors. So again, this immune-shielded lentiviral technology. Above the adult population that we can or could treat, we will clearly focus, and we are clearly focusing our development on pediatric populations and pediatric patients with what is expected to be a one-time treatment. As I said, the methylmalonic acidemia is going to be our lead indication, or is our lead indication, but is expected to open the way to many additional metabolic diseases. We recently secured $50 million financing in 2024, and hopefully we will be able to get proof of concept data no later than 2027. And I am very grateful to serve at a company with such distinguished scientists like Luigi and Alessio, and I'm extremely enthusiastic for our future. I thank you for your attention.